Here's the answer for the Day 2 bell work. Write the values of the first 12 positive integer powers of the imaginary unit I. The letter I is used in algebra to represent the square root of -1. Sometimes when you do square roots of numbers, the number you're taking the square root of is negative, and there needs to be a way to handle that. That's done with imaginary numbers. The symbol I is used to represent that. Because I is a number, it can be raised to an exponent. So I to the first power means you have one I, a single I. And so this answer is just equal to I. Just like if you had x to the first power, you would just write x. I to the second power is equal to -1. Now, you don't need to write this, but over here in the margin, let's discuss the reason why. If the symbol I is the square root of -1, and you raise that to the second power, look what happens. Squaring the square root cancels away, leaving -1. Next, what about I to the third power? That's equal to -I. Again, you don't have to write this down on your paper, but let's discuss that in the margin. I to the third power would be equal to I squared times I. But we just figured out that I squared is -1. So this makes -1 times I, which is -I. I to the fourth power turns out to be 1. Here's the reason. Because I to the fourth power is I squared times I squared. If I squared is equal to -1, then -1 times -1 makes +1. Now, we could continue working out all the answers over here in the margin, like we're doing here, by rewriting our powers in terms of I squareds and I's. But we don't want to take the time to do that. Instead, let's recognize there's a pattern. I, -1, -I, 1. Now things are going to start to repeat. I to the fifth power will be equal to I. I to the sixth power will be -1. I to the seventh is -I. And I to the eighth is +1. These repeat in chunks of 4. I to the ninth is equal to I to the 10th is -1. I to the 11th is -I. And I to the 12th is +1. Do you believe that they really repeat like this? Think about what I to the 12th power is. It is I squared raised to the sixth power. But remember that I squared is -1. And -1 to the sixth power makes +1.